Last time we focused on looking up and noticing what's going on. The weather is often made visible by the clouds, and it turns out they only go up so far. Look at these pictures and pay attention only to the highest clouds. One can easily imagine that there's an invisible crystal dome not so very far up there against which they played out. And we even saw a rising storm seem to hit it and spread out sideways.
As we were studying this remarkable fact that weather is in such a shallow layer, we found a great picture taken by astronauts on the International Space Station. Let's take this nugget as an opportunity to enjoy what they saw and to get it firmly established that our weather is really confined to a very shallow region near the ground. First, what are some quick impressions? Notice the pancaking of the rising clouds. Sure could be thought of as hitting the invisible lid. Now notice this line of thunderheads. The long shadows from the setting sun over Indonesia show how high they extend upwards from the ground. The tallest is less than 10 miles high and reminds us of the pictures of the rising storm. And this one is perhaps spreading out as it reaches the higher altitudes, like the spreading cloud we saw last time from below. Now let's step back out for some more impressions. Even the wispy clouds are confined. Clearly, we should be thinking of our weather as being in a well-defined layer. Now, a final very important thing to notice. Look specifically at the blue band at the horizon. This is part of a different layer of the atmosphere, quite distinct from the weather-dominated layer below. And where the weather layer is constantly churning and mixing, this blue layer is far smoother. Now, focusing back down to the layer of weather, if you look carefully at the clouds right near the upper horizon in this picture, and also near the bottom of this picture, you can see that the boundary of these two layers is not quite the perfect crystal dome we imagined, but it does come pretty close. Sometimes clouds can impinge into the upper layer, as we will learn another time. So, what nugget do we chew on from this part of our series? Here it is. The layer of the atmosphere next to the surface is the home of the weather we are familiar with. There are layers extending above this first one, like the blue band we noticed in the picture, and indeed this blue layer is also critical to our climates. But for now, our interest is in the layer of our weather. And we've looked at the clouds from both sides now. We can see the planet's weather layer is real, and it's very thin, only around 10 miles at its thickest, compared to the 4,000-mile radius of the Earth. We can see it all just by looking up. You often look right through it into the beginnings of outer space. Next time we'll investigate why the weather is constrained to this thin layer. See you then.